Hello everyone and welcome to our course. In this video, I will be going over the syllabus for our class. And I'm not going to be reading everything. You should all make sure to read through the syllabus on your own, especially as you prepare for the syllabus quiz you need to take this week. But I do want to highlight some parts of the syllabus for you. This first part here, the important thing here to note is my email address. This is the main way to communicate with me throughout the semester. This is the email from which you will receive emails from me as well. So make sure that you have your notifications on and that you also check your university email address. That is the email address to which I will be emailing you. The next part describes the subject of the course, what kind of issues we're going to be talking about. Then we have a diversity statement that I always like to include to send the message that I am committed to serving students from all different backgrounds and perspectives. The next section gives you the goals and learning objectives for the class. This gives you an idea of the kinds of things you'll be able to do by the end of the semester. I also like to include a teaching philosophy on my syllabus because we are an online class. It's kind of hard to get a sense of who your professor is, what their approach to teaching is, and so on. And so I like to include this section here for students so that they get a little bit of a sense of who I am and what my teaching style is. The online elements of this course describes the different ways in which this online class works. Everything for this class will take place on Canvas, so it's important that if you're not familiar with Canvas, that you learn how to navigate Canvas. Each week, in the semester will have its own module. Module components will include an introduction week, a lecture video, discussion posts, and supplemental video clips. Any additional assignments will appear on the module they are due. The weekly introduction page includes announcements, what the reading is for the week, your to-dos for the week, as well as any other relevant information. The week for this course begins on Tuesday mornings. That's when I will be posting the new module every week, and all assignments will be due by the following Monday. So make sure that you make note of that difference, that the modules are published on Tuesday and that you have until the following Monday night to submit any assignments. This is in order to give you more weekend time for you to be able to complete those assignments. It's important that you keep up with the pace and the readings and assignments for each week. So please make sure to make note of due dates and so on and turn on notifications on your Canvas. Office hours will be via Zoom by appointment. So if you need to meet with me, please email me to schedule an appointment. All communications, as I said before, will come from my university email address. So please make sure to check your email regularly. An important note here is that while I may do my best to communicate all instructions and expectations of the course via email, Canvas announcements, and the instructions for assignments, it is your responsibility as a student to make sure that you are keeping up with due dates for all of the assignments of the course and that you understand what is expected of you for all the assignments. So it's important to read the instructions of each assignment as well very carefully. If you have any questions, though, please don't hesitate to email me. Time management is important for this course. I have provided some time management resources for you on Canvas if time management is a challenge for you. The next session goes over the various assignments. Here's the list of what the different assignments will be along with their point values. There are no extra credits offered in this course, so you have plenty of work throughout the semester to do. Make sure to focus on the assignments and do your very best on these. There's a grading rubric, which tells you how many points equals what letter grade. And the next section describes each of the assignments, beginning with the syllabus quiz that you have due this first week. So please make sure to review this syllabus, which will also be posted on Canvas for you to look at carefully as you take the quiz and respond to those questions. The assignment after that are 2 introductory papers. One is due at the beginning of the semester. during week 2, and the other will be due at the end of the semester. These are self-reflection papers that begin with asking you about what you already know about race and racism. And then doing the second part at the end of the semester, you revisit your first part and reflect on what you've learned. There will be more detailed instructions for each of these assignments once those assignments open up on Canvas. Part 1 will be due September 2nd. Part 2 will be due December 9th. You do have discussion posts due every week. These are based on the material that we've covered for that week, including readings and videos. These are meant for you to reflect on the course content and demonstrate that you have read the material, that you have looked at the material, and you understand it. You are expected to provide thoughtful responses, demonstrating that you have engaged fully with the week's material. You're also expected to respond to another student's post. Your post should be at least 150 words. Your responses to other students do not have a word limit. However, you should make sure that you are providing engaging responses and not just an I agree with you post. Each discussion post will earn you 10 points, and the grade is based on demonstrating that you have engaged with the content of the course, that you're providing a thoughtful response, and that you have engaged with the response of at least one other student. In addition, there is a letter assignment for this course. In this assignment, you will be writing a letter to someone of your choosing, discussing what you have learned this semester. You should be intentional in choosing who to address this letter to. In addition to your letter, which should be 3 to 4 pages long, you will write a 1-page reflection discussing the person that you've selected to write the letter to and what you hope they take away from this letter if they were ever to read it. And this assignment is due November 11th. And again, when that assignment opens up, there will be much more detailed instructions. In addition, you will have a midterm and a final exam. The exams will be based on the book and lecture material and is meant to test your comprehension of key concepts from the course. A study guide will be provided at least a week prior to the exam. The exams are open book, open note. You will be allowed 2 attempts for each exam. This means that if you're unhappy with your first score, you may attempt the exam a second time before the due date. Your highest score will be retained. So it's important that you give yourself enough time to take these exams in case you have to do a second try. The midterm exam will be due October 14th, the final during exams week, December 12th. The next part of the syllabus covers course policies and statements. The most important part in this section is the late work and extensions. There is what I call OOPS tokens, which provide you extensions for 2 assignments. You choose which assignments you want to use them for. However, discussions cannot be turned in late. If there are extenuating circumstances that prevent you from submitting your discussion on time, please email me before the due date so that we can discuss. As I said, you have 2 OOPS tokens. These cannot be used for discussion posts or the final exam, but they can be used for your other exams and papers. To use your OOPS token, download the form on the OOPS token page on Canvas, fill it out, submit it to me via email at least 1 hour before the assignment is due. The token provides you an automatic 3-day extension. Once I receive your OOPS token, I will respond with a new due date for your assignment. The next section covers incompletes. In case you want to take an incomplete in this class, there is the policy. Communication and email policy. As I said, the best way to communicate with me is via email, but you should note that I do not check my email Monday through Friday after 5 p.m. And sparingly on weekends. So you should not expect any quick responses from me if you email me after 5 p.m. on weekdays or during the weekends, unless there is an assignment due. Communication is also key when it comes to any issues or challenges you may be having that prevent you from attending class, turning in an assignment on time, or impact your overall performance in this class. So the earlier you communicate with me that you're having any kind of issue that is preventing you from performing well in class or turning assignments on time, the easier it will be for me to be able to work with you to make sure that you are still able to be successful in the course. If you wait until the end of the semester to tell me that the reason you've missed assignments or the reason you haven't been attending is because some extenuating circumstance, it is very difficult for me to be able to help you at that point. The next section talks about the student code of conduct. I already talked about student office hours and how those work. And again, email me if you'd like to meet via Zoom. If you are a student with disabilities, please make sure to contact the Disability Resources Office and communicate with them so I can receive the letter that they send out to me, and then I can make the appropriate accommodations for you. If you have any religious holiday accommodations that you need this fall, please let me know as well, and I'm happy to make those accommodations with you. The next session is just a list of various resources that we have on campus as a reminder that there are various resources on campus to help you with a whole host of issues. We have a student and community counseling center, a writing center, the Phoenix Center, which is for those students who are experiencing interpersonal violence. We have a food pantry on campus. Food insecurity is something that's affecting college and university students throughout the country. So we have a pantry available for you if that should be a need for you. If you are a veteran or military student, we also have an office for you on campus to provide services for you. And finally, we have the Center for Identity and Inclusion and the LGBTQ Resource Center. In terms of books and materials needed for this class, there's one textbook, Race and Racism, A Critical Approach, and it is the 3rd edition of the book that we use in this class. The book is available on reserve at the campus library, and it's also available through the college bookstore. In addition, you can also purchase this book online on venues like Amazon. Just make sure that if you're going to use some of those other sources to purchase a book, that you get the 3rd edition of the text. Any additional readings outside of the text will be available on Canvas. And then the rest is the course schedule for the rest of the semester. For week 1, your activity to do is to read the syllabus and discussion post guidelines and the article. It's a very brief article called The Student Strike That Changed Higher Education Forever. In terms of assignments, you have a discussion post to do this week, a getting to know you survey, which is very brief and gives me a sense of who you are and how I can best serve you this semester, and the syllabus quiz. And then it goes on like that for the rest of the syllabus, giving you what the theme is for each week, what the readings are, and what assignments you have for each week. So I'm going to stop sharing my syllabus right now. And I want to briefly go over what our Canvas page looks like in case you're not familiar or it's been a while since you've taken an online class. So this is what our online course looks like. Here on this section, you see the various different areas of the Canvas page. And so you have here the syllabus, which basically repeats everything that I've just told you. Here is where you can download a full copy of the syllabus. But I've also taken some of those sections that I just went through and created pages for them, so you could have easy access to those in case you can't find your syllabus on a particular moment. These are the study resources that I mentioned before. I've also compiled a list of advice from previous students who've taken the class, sort of in their own words, what they would tell you guys you should do in order to be successful in the class. And then the modules section is the other important area of the syllabus. Here you'll see what the weekly module looks like. For this week, we have the week 1 introduction. And here you see announcements, talking to a little bit about who I am. That is a picture of my dog Basil, which you may hear in the background on some of the lecture videos. And then you have the section, this week's to-dos, which will list each week what you have to do for each week. And you'll see also here in the module, links to where your discussion posts are, your syllabus quiz, to getting to know you, and so on. So this is pretty much the template, right, that you'll see every week posted. Obviously with whatever is relevant for that particular week. Some weeks will look longer, some weeks will look shorter, depending on what's due. But this is pretty much what everything looks like. I try to make it as easy as possible for you all to navigate where everything is, for you to be able to do your assignments and find everything that you need. But if you have any questions at any point, you're clicking on something and it's not working, please let me know as soon as possible so that I can make any corrections on my end that I might need to do. If it's a technical issue with Canvas, then you need to get in touch with the Canvas tech folks, because that I can't help you with. But if there is some Canvas issue that prevents you, if Canvas is down or whatever, and you have to submit an assignment and you can't because Canvas is down, let me know that via email as well, and then I'll make sure to make accommodations for that. So that is in a nutshell what we will be doing this semester. Hopefully that answers any questions you may have. But as I said before, if you have any questions, do let me know via email, and I'm happy to respond. So with that, I will see you next time.